Okay, I'll put you like this. Whenever I found out that he was training at Tiger Muay Thai, I was thinking, why are you not in Switzerland with Hamzat? You don't need no Muay Thai, brother. Somebody should have been telling him that. You don't need Muay Thai, brother. You need to sprawl. You need hips. You need to be in a singlet.
What we have next, though, was fight of the night.
Whew.
We got the return of Darren Till versus Dricus Du Plessis. South African guy, you know what I'm saying? Power be to the people, you know what I'm saying? The motherland.
Yeah.
What was up with this fight? Because this is when things. I mean, the first fight was good. This fight, fight of the night, was clearly one of those ones.
Yeah. Well, first of all, this is the return of Darren Till. And the reality of the situation is Darren hasn't won since I believe like 2019, and I don't think he has a finish since like 2017. So this is like Darren getting back on track. He's fighting a guy that he should be better than, you know. Darren has like all the talent and all the skill and the stand-up that you just want to see him succeed, because he was one of those guys that's been on the cuff. He's lost to some of the best guys in the division, and it's just tough. It's really tough to watch, and it's hard to root against him because he's one of those fan favorite kind of people. So, but as the fight goes, when the fight starts, bro, the problem with Till is that the guys that he has faced have beat him with wrestling. He's teamed up with Hamzat, and it's been brewing for a year now, or over a year, and it's like maybe he's coming back with some wrestling. And as the first round gets started, you see, where is this wrestling? Like, have you not been training the wrestling? You can't, and I know you can't just make up 8 years of wrestling in a year or a couple months or whatever. But it's just like, it seems like he can't get over this wrestling hump. And this is Du Plessis, so like, it's not like, no disrespect to Du Plessis, but he's not at the top of the division. Maybe that's just he hasn't been given the opportunity. But you don't look at him as one of these wrestling guys. If you can't get past him, bro, like a rematch with Brunson might not look good. Freaking Marvin Vettori is not going to look good. Like Robert Whittaker's going to touch you up on the feet and he's going to wrestle you. That's not going to look good. I mean, your best hope is to see Adesanya. We see what he did to what's his name, Alex. I mean, hey, he might be a wrestler now. He might be part Dagestanian. I don't know if you're gonna make it. Like, I can't lie. I wanted to see Till come out and give a show and win this fight, and he definitely gave a show. And he showed that he had heart and could scramble. But that wrestling, bro, it's a hole in his game, and it's like detrimental to the point where, okay, I'll put you like this. Whenever I found out that he was training at Tiger Muay Thai, I was thinking, why are you not in Switzerland with Hamzat? You don't need no Muay Thai, brother. Somebody should have been telling him that. You don't need Muay Thai, brother. You need to sprawl. You need hips. You need to be in a singlet. You need to be taking wrestling matches. Like, God damn, bro. I wanted him to win so bad. I'm not going to lie. He's just one of those guys, bro. Fan favorite. Out of the octagon, is comparable to Derek Lewis. The past year or so, he's been chilling, he's been quiet, but at his peak, he's one of these kind of characters, and it's good for the sport. And I just wanted to see him win, bro.
It's interesting you say that because, I mean, you said a lot. So you kind of left no holes to fill, pause. But what I thought was interesting is, like you're saying, he teamed up with Hamzat. The wrestling was supposed to improve, or hopefully you wanted it to improve. I think that's why both of those guys would team up in that way, to be able to benefit each other. And you always say, and let it be known, that how much wrestling can be made up in X amount of time when you have people that have been training it their whole lives, you know what I'm saying? And clearly it looks like either he didn't have confidence in it, or he just didn't have the skill in it. And he did have some good scrambles, which kind of led me to a little bit of disappointment with the submission, just because I mean, they had some previous encounters on the ground where you thought that it might happen. But he showed some heart and some will to get up, get out of those situations, whatever he had to do to continue fighting. But right there, I don't know, bro. It just seemed like the tap was pretty quick. And I'm not one to say, because I've never been in that situation and I've never fought. But it just left like a damn, like it kind of just like sucked the air out a little bit. I was like, wish I would have seen a little more of a scramble, but I mean, ultimately he had chances on the feet. I think he even hurt Dricus is what I'm going to say. I think he even hurt him at one point, which it was a good back and forth. I think he said he's going to take time away from the sport afterwards, which I'm like, time away from the sport, you've been taking time away. But I get it, fresh off the emotions of the fight. You have whatever you have going on. So I certainly understand that. That was actually my first time seeing Darren Till fight. So I kind of heard his name a lot. So to get to see him in the ring was pretty cool. Just wish he would have came out with a dub, but at least he came out with fight of the night. So it wasn't like everything was lost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But for me personally, if you're like one of these guys that everybody's expecting something from and rooting to win, to lose to someone at the point in the career that Mr. Dricus is, it's just like, where do you go from here? Because you're kind of stuck in like this this purgatory for the weight division. So
yeah, I think you give him the type of treatment that you would give to somebody like a Dan Hooker. You drop him in the rankings, even though he's a big star. You drop him in the rankings, and then you let him build back up. You give him less hyped matches, but more, I would say, favorable in terms of maybe somebody who can mix it up a little bit, but not a heavy grappler or something like that, and let him just work back up. There's a lot of those kind of guys when you get further away from the top of the division. So I think a good drop in the rankings, it would do him some good. But also, to your point about him tapping quick, he didn't tap to a leg lock that happened early in the fight before the round, bro.
And they kept rolling. It was looking bad.
I'm thinking this is where you tap, because if you don't, you tear your ACL, or you pop your foot out, or you pop your Achilles. You have to, when you're rolling in this type of situation, you tap early and you tap often as it pertains to regular jiu-jitsu tournaments or in practice. Now in the ring, or in the octagon, you got to do what you got to do. Sometimes you don't tap, you toughen it out. And he didn't tap, and he made it to the end of the round. But those are the things that get you injured for real. And then after the fight, I seen a video of him telling Bruce Buffer he tore his ACL. So as you say, he's going to take some time off. It's looking like he might have tore his ACL. And if so, I believe that played a big part in it. That heel hook played a big part in it. And on top of that, this is where I feel a little bit more insight on the tap is necessary, because when you're fucking exhausted, bro, hey fam, somebody puts a squeeze on you, bro, you're like, all right, bro, just get me out of here, bro. Just get me out of here. But also on top of that, if it's true that he had an ACL tear, he's exhausted with a torn ACL. He's thinking, he's rationalizing. Where does the fight go from here? I don't tap to this. We scramble. Do I just spring back up? How are my movements going to be? Am I going to be able to plant when I need to throw? I'm a striker. Where does it go? I'm sure he was probably rationalizing and everything. And he just needed to get out of there at that point. So, yeah. My little bit of insight is when you're fucking tired, bro, and somebody is putting a squeeze on you, hey, you're ready to get out of there. So, damn tough, bro. Tough. And I hate that this has to be your first intro to him. I wish you could have seen him coming up. He was Patty-esque, but boy was throwing them things though. He was ready to bang.
Yeah, wasn't this a fight that at one point was that interested Adesanya?
Yeah, it still does. You could tell when Adesanya watches Till, he wants to fight Till still out of the respect for like. See, this is what happens when you get so far up in the division. You don't get to fight everybody, and you can tell Adesanya respects and likes some of these guys, but he's like too high up to make it happen. And then he is setting the foundation for these guys. They just have to win like once. He's like, oh, I want to fight Darren Till. At the time when he first said that, Darren Till needed one win, and then they could have spun it. Boom, he's fighting him. Jared Cannonier, I want to fight him. He loses. Adesanya doubles back like, I want to fight him. All he needs to do is win. He gets a dub fighting him. Like, Adesanya gives these guys a chance, and they just have to capitalize, and it's just pitiful, bro.
Hey, I'm so high up. I'm like, how the boys still getting down?
Yeah.
Whatever the man said. But funny enough, unless Adesanya gets his title back, it's going to be Alex Pereira setting the stage. But anyways, before we transition to the next fight, what's next for Du Plessis?
I feel like he's in a situation where he just beat Till, which is good in terms of star power. And he looked really good. I think he continues to climb the ranks. I don't think nothing crazy is going to happen. However, that's an interesting division. There are some matchups. I think he's in a good spot. He's in a good spot. He's a good prospect. Not necessarily a contender yet, so he can still have a tune-up fight or a fun fight, or you could get somebody like a Darren Till who hasn't won in a couple years. Like, you could still show off your skills and improve. So I'm anxious to see what they do with him next, because I have no idea which way they should go. Because, I mean, are we going to go to the top of the division? I don't think so. I think he still needs a little bit more fights and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting. I want to see what they do.
Thanks for watching Certified Jesters. If you liked the video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this.
And don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss a post.